This video is going to be a little different than the videos that I make here on the channel, but I want to stretch and I want to try to communicate an issue that I think that we see here a lot on YouTube when we are talking about videos sort of like the ones that I make where we talk about making money online. Do this to make $10,000 as a student. This is the video right here that I want to break down today, and I want to use the tools that we have available to us today. Now, I started 30-Minute Marketing based upon a book. About 6 or 7 years ago, I read this book by Eugene Schwartz that was written in the 1960s that taught people how, as a copywriter, learning a skill, the skill of copywriting, to create a message to identify to people, even if they weren't aware that a solution was out there for the problem that they had, that you could reach them through 5 different stages of awareness and then write a message, and that message would reach out and people would find that message, or that message would find them. Again, this book was written in 1960. Today, we're looking at a video that was made 2 weeks ago that reached over 1 million people. Do this to make $10,000 as a student. This video is an excellent video, but the missing piece for me, and what might be the missing piece for you as well, is that it is a video about strategy. It is the big picture. It is a video that delivers a high-level concept of what this person has accomplished in their life. No matter your age, it doesn't matter. He started early on as an entrepreneur, and he was able to find the thing that works for him. He was able to find a group of people, and he was able to create a solution, implement that solution, and it completely and totally changed his life. Now, what I want to do today is I want to take technology that we have available to us in the form of artificial intelligence, and you've seen me use AI here. And I'm all in on ChatGPT and the ability that it gives us to do things like we're going to do here together today, and take this video that gives us a high-level strategy, and look at it at a different angle. What's the missing piece? What is the missing piece for me? Me as a person that looks at things a little differently, looks for tactics, things that I can implement to start today. For example, if I want to recommend, or as I recommend my top strategy for people how to get started to build a profitable online business, I give them a strategy, but that strategy is broken into 3 pieces, 3 components, and then underneath those components are actual tactics to start today to build your own online business, to work towards whatever monetary goal it is that you may have in your mind that you want to reach. So inside of ChatGPT, I'm simply taking this video, coming to the video, clicking share, and this video is very share worthy, by the way. It's an excellent video. And go ahead and click copy to get that URL. And then we're going to take what he's saying, and after you watch the video and you can hear what he's saying, he does a very good job of presenting what it is he's discovered over the course, over his 7 to 8 years, of what it has taken him, the time frame, the timeline of all the things that he's accomplished and all the things that he's tried to get to this idea of do this to make $10,000 as a student. Well, first, what is this? And then, who is a student? I'm not a teenager. I'm no longer in college. I've already passed that season in my life. But I am a student of the game of business, specifically the student or a student of the game of online business, and building a profitable online business, doing it the way that I've learned how to do, and doing the things that I've decided that I like, and more importantly, that I believe that I'm good at and I've seen a result from. So now back to ChatGPT to break down this video. Give me a summary of this video. And the reason I'm doing this is because as I read this, it hits the brain centers, or the neurons that fire, that give you information, that make things click for you. It just works a little differently. So when I ask for this video summary, it uses this plugin, and I'm using ChatGPT 4. This is the paid version. You could also just copy the transcript and paste it in the 3.5, depending on the length of the video. But this breaks down the video, and it gives me a summary of what he's talking about in the video. Choose the right vehicle. Stretch out your timeline. Maintain your success. Making $10,000 a month is the easy part, but continuing to make that amount is where it gets difficult. He suggests that once you reach your financial goal, you should work on maintaining it and growing your wealth over time. He also talks about the concept of a financial baseline, which is the minimum amount of money you're comfortable making each month. And he encourages viewers to make $10,000 their financial baseline once they reach it. Now here he's encouraging his viewers to keep working their way up the ranks once they've established their financial baseline. But what does that really mean? And this is where I'm saying, what is the missing piece? Because as I watch the video, in my mind, it just becomes a motivational video. I'm watching it, listening to a story, and I'm motivated by his story. The fact that he was able to accomplish what he has accomplished in such a relatively short timeline, but it's not really as short as most people expect it to be. And also from an early age, he was able to accomplish some things, and he gives 3 reasons for that. And we're going to cover those later. But right now, I want to have ChatGPT change or give me the missing pieces by asking it a different question that I built myself based upon taking in that video, and now having ChatGPT work with me as an assistant to give me a different angle, a different lens, to literally take the video and turn it and say, now, can you tell me what tactic? Because I am an old school technician. I spent 30 years in IT, and I'm about tactics. I'm about the techniques to get the job done, the things that I need to twist, the knobs, the commands that I need to give the equipment, the way that I need to configure the devices. That's the way my brain works. I see a problem, I work through to solve the problem. I start at A, I move my way through, covering each component until I see what's broken, and then I replace that component. And then I think about everything sort of in that, we used to call it black box way of troubleshooting. Figuring out where the problem is, fixing the problem, or if I'm designing a network, or thinking, okay, if I want to create a funnel, what are the pieces that I need to plug in? And that's how I do it in my top strategy. And I built 3 foundational phases to do that. And I'm going to show you that towards the end of the video. But back to this idea of, can you tell me what tactic for making 10K as a student, if any, can you get from this video? The video doesn't provide a specific tactic to make $10,000 as a student, but rather offers a strategic approach to achieving this goal. Again, here are the key points. Choosing the right business model. Now go up and take a look at what that corresponds to. That's what he calls choosing the right vehicle. Well, really what that is choose the right business model. He suggests a service-based business. Here, the next one is stretch out the timeline and then maintain your success once you reach it. That goes into the idea here of looking at it from a different angle and really looking at the tactics that you need, or the way you need to think about what it is you're really trying to implement. You're trying to choose and then implement the right business model. Now, he suggests a service-based business. This could be anything from building marketing funnels, creating content, or managing Google ads for e-commerce brands. The service should either have a high perceived value to the client or leverage, meaning you can hire people to deliver these services. This means you're going to create a business where you build and generate a service for a group of people out there that are looking to get this service done for them. And then you're either going to charge more money, or once you start, or you're able to charge more money, then you can go out and you can hire a team or outsource other people that can do the work. And then you can play the middleman to provide that service to the customers that are paying you. Then you go outsource the work and you're able to get more work. But the idea here is you have to have a long-term perspective. The importance of patience and persistence, right here, the importance of patience and persistence and setting your expectations in years, not months. I'll say that again, years, not months. He shares his own experience of taking 3 years to have his first $10,000 a month and encourages viewers not to quit before they have properly tried, before they have given it enough time, by making sure or having the mindset and utilizing the tactic of making sure that you have a long-term perspective. 3 years is what he's talking about. Talking about years, not months. And then maintain and grow your success. This goes into the idea of once you make $10,000, how do you set up and how do you figure out how to maintain that $10,000 every month and then grow that? And then that's what he means when he goes into, and this is the question I ask here, what does he mean by free cash flow in this video? And that's why I captured this screenshot, because I wanted to get to the essence of what is free cash flow. He's talking about being able to generate revenue, be able to generate that revenue and then turn that into profit, meaning that you have money left over from the money that you have to spend to operate your business. Of course, in a service-based business, at the beginning, you're going to provide all the services yourself. So you'll need to establish those skills. Those skills will take time to develop, or you have to figure out how to market the service, skip that part of doing the service yourself, market the service and be able to get a client based upon the message that you're putting out to the world that says, hey, I can do this for you. I can do it better than anyone, and I can do it at this price point. And then understanding that you're doing arbitrage and you're going out and you're finding people that can do the service for you. And anyway, this is just the concept of what he's talking about, creating a service-based business. But what does he mean by free cash flow? Free cash flow in this video, he's talking about the profit that a business generates after all the expenses and reinvestments. This is the money that you as a business owner can actually use for personal expenses, saving, or further investments. He emphasizes the importance of a business model that generates free cash flow because it provides you with financial flexibility. For example, he also mentions that he has an eyewear company that generates substantial revenue. The profit is continually reinvested in the new stock, leaving a little free cash flow because he is working to build that. In the video, he talked about basically he makes $100,000, he takes that 50 grand and he reinvests it back into merchandise, and then he just keeps rolling that over. Now, he's also saying, because this is what he's pitching essentially in his video, is that in contrast, a service-based business, because this is the business he's recommending you to start, such as a marketing agency or a content creation service, typically has lower overhead costs and doesn't require constant reinvestment into physical goods. Like his eyewear company, you don't have to buy a product. The product is you. The product is the service you provide. As a result, these types of businesses can often generate more free cash flow, providing the owner with more disposable income. Now, here's where I really like what we have today in the fact of ChatGPT can outline step by step. Give me a step-by-step plan based on tactics. And again, remember, what I'm doing and why I'm making this video is because the way that I see things. The lens that I see things through life is based on tactics. Things that I need to do right now. What do I need to do right now? Give me step 1, give me step 2, give me step 3. Let's go from zero to profit, because that's what I'm trying to do. Give me the steps. Let me lay the foundations, but make sure that you have laid out the tactics for me. So then, based on the overall strategy of the video, here's what ChatGPT says you can do with the advice that has been given to you in this video. 10 steps. Identify your skills and interests. Choose the right business model. Then start doing market research. Then set up your business. Then start doing outreach and sales. Then deliver quality service. Of course, that should go without saying. Hire and delegate. Set financial goals. Reinvest in your business. And then, of course, the kicker here, and this is the biggest takeaway from this video, in my opinion, is think long term. Because the video is good from an overall high-level strategy of do this to make $10,000 as a student. And do this, the thing he's talking about, and based upon what I'm having my conversation here with ChatGPT, to break down this video, and again, just change the way that I'm looking at it to really get a tactical view of what he's talking about based upon the strategy that he's delivering to us, is what would be a better title for this video that really explains what this is about. A more descriptive title for this video could be Building a Service-Based Business, a Strategy for Students to Earn $10,000 a Month. This title reflects this video's content more accurately, emphasizing the focus on service-based businesses and this specific financial goal. Then I continue on here to get more information, to have ChatGPT and the AI give me more information and give me a different way of looking at this content versus just it being a motivational video, just me watching it and being inspired, which it is. It's an inspirational video. And I believe that's his intent, because his intent is to inspire you to watch his other videos on his channel. Nothing wrong with that. He delivers a solid message, and then he moves you on to the next phase where he will get into the tactics. He will deliver the tactics. But he says here, based upon what we pulled from this video, the 3 key factors to success are an incredible dedication and hard work, timing, and luck or divine intervention. And you can see that right here. I took this, I froze it here because at the 7 minute and 52 mark point of this video, almost 8 minutes in, he lets you know that the 3 things that you need to have, no matter what, to do this thing to make $10,000 as a student is you need dedication, you need timing, and yes, you need a little bit of divine intervention or luck. So we go back to ChatGPT and we really are digging in now. We're really breaking this video down to see what the missing pieces are. What does he say to set your expectations to reach the 10K? You really have to come back to these and you really have to move past the fact that you were just watching that video to be motivated. The fact that you aren't watching this video anymore to be motivated. You are ready to actually get into gear and start implementing. You are ready to hear the tactics and put those tactics into work. What does he say to set expectations to reach your 10K goal? His key points are time frame. He advises setting your expectations in years, not months. Patience and persistence. He stresses the importance of being patient and persistent, setting that financial baseline. He does also mention in the video, which is fantastic, that if you make $1,200 is the example he uses, then wow, you are making $1,200 a month online as a student. And typically that means that you are a student in high school and or college. You're still in your early stages of your life. Again, going back to when I started this video, it doesn't matter what age you are, but the angle of that video and the angle of the video is, look, I started, or he said he started when he was 17, or going back to when he was 14, he started his YouTube channel. And then the age that he is now after 6 or 7 years of putting in that goal. I'm 6 or 7 years into my journey after 30 years of a successful IT career. So the game for me is just now starting. The game for me as an entrepreneur, the game for me to apply my framework, my thought process, my tactics into my top strategy. Those are what I'm applying today, and those are what I'm making work. And a lot of the stuff he says is the same thing that you're going to hear from everyone because it is the reality. It's the things you need. You need to understand that you need to set your expectations in years, not months. Time frame, patience and persistence. Set a financial baseline, and then once you hit it, how are you going to stay at that? And then progress appreciation. He also warns against feeling depressed. If you're not making as much as you expected, emphasizing that making the amount of money online is still an achievement. Even if you make $1 a day, you have done something that most people will never achieve because you took action and you understood that you set this as your goal, that you're moving forward no matter what, and you're not going to give up. By setting realistic expectations and having a long-term perspective, you can stay motivated and committed to your goal, even when progress may seem slow. What does he say to learn from once you start making 10K a month? He advises that once you start making 10K a month, you should learn from old money strategies to understand how to keep and multiply your wealth. Old money refers to wealth that has been inherited over generations, and it's often associated with prudent and long-term wealth management strategies. This, I can speak from the age that I'm currently at, is something that you are going to have to work at. And if you start off when you're talking about managing your money and thinking about old money versus new money and making sure that you understand the timeline or the time horizon over how money multiplies, then that's a completely different strategy. Now here on 30-Minute Marketing, I don't really talk about that because it's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about the tactics to get you started when you're at zero and then build the tactical things you need to build out, utilizing the techniques that I know work based upon the time and effort that I put in and understanding that I'm on that 10-year plan to get to the goal where I want to be. And currently at year 6, year 7, I've already created a YouTube channel. Aside from this one, I was able to build that up, monetize it, and then flip it. That means sell it. And then a person was able to take it over because it's monetized. And then they just have to keep following the same pattern that I was able to establish on that channel, creating that high quality content that people want to subscribe and watch more of, and then identify problems and solutions based on affiliate offers, and then run that as a profitable online business. So these are the things that I'm doing based upon the season that I'm in, based upon me starting as a student in the game of business and building profitable online businesses based upon my top strategy. Now, what I wanted to do is I wanted to say, What we did is we looked and we found the missing piece based upon this question that I was asking with ChatGPT, again, to reframe the way I look at this video. Because I can watch a video all day and just be motivated by it, but I want to be able to take away from it. Would you just say this is just a motivational video, or can you give me some real things I can take away that I can start doing today to actually make 10K? While the video certainly has motivational elements, it also provides some actionable advice that you can start implementing today towards working and making $10,000 a month. Here are some key takeaways. Identify a service-based business. Again, his pitch, his whole thing is creating a service-based business. If you watch this video, he references, this is how I started making $10,000 a month back when I was a student. And he references this additional video. When you click to watch that video, it takes you over to his video, Best Online Businesses to Start as a Beginner in 2023. There's a link down here to linkgrowyouragency.com. You can also see this is an ad. This is the same guy. This is the same channel. He's running an ad on his channel, or his ad happened to be running over his channel. Revolution Grow Your Agency. This is about creating a social media agency. This is the model that he recommends. This is the reason for his channel. This is the reason for his video. Of course, I have a reason for my video, but I want to show you that the next step that ChatGPT is telling us that he didn't give us in his video is you need to start conducting market research. Then you need to set up your business, outreach and sales, deliver quality service. These are the tactics that I'm talking about. These are the types of videos that I make here on my channel. The tactics that you need to implement. That's what I do on my channel. In my opinion, when I watch these videos and then I look at it from a different lens as a tactician, as a technician, it's a motivational video, but I choose discipline, the discipline to implement the tactics that need to be implemented to show up and do the work over setting and watching motivational videos. And that's why I made this video. And I also asked ChatGPT, and this is what I wanted to share with you. What would be one big or key takeaway from this video? The key takeaway from his video is the importance of choosing the right business model and setting realistic long-term expectations when aiming to achieve a goal of making $10,000 a month. Of course, he talks about a service-based business, but he also does mention that reaching that goal isn't an overnight process. So the takeaway underscores the importance of strategic planning, patience, persistence in achieving your financial goals. And of course, that all starts with his idea, or his plan for you is to start a service-based business. Now, what I promised you at the beginning of this video is the fact that we were going to look at his video as a motivational video and look at it through a different lens to come up with actual tactics to start working towards that $10,000 goal. And for me, that's my top strategy, because that's the way that I look at the world. I look at the world as I need a top strategy. And for me, that strategy starts with traffic, generating traffic and understanding that YouTube is the best platform to get started to generate that traffic. And then once people see the videos that I create based upon tried and true principles, again, going back to this book that was written in the 1960s based upon direct response and copywriting, the fact that I identify a problem and then the solution that I identify inside of that problem is an affiliate offer. And you can see here in the top strategy, I take the traffic, which is helpful content that I create here on YouTube, and then I send them over to an offer, which is an affiliate offer, which is just an offer from a company. Of course, you've heard of Amazon, and probably if you're watching this video, you understand Amazon affiliates or how to become an Amazon associate. That is the biggest example out there, the most common example. I have videos here on the channel. There'll be links in the description. You can check those out. But the top strategy really relies on the fact that you will essentially be taking the people that found your videos and that became traffic over to your offers. You will need to learn how to follow up with them. And you'll do that via email marketing. And again, going back to copywriting and direct response principles that, again, I started learning back in 2017 from a book that was written in 1960 that brought me to making this video to you by looking at someone else's video that recommends a different strategy, but from a motivational lens of, let me show you what I accomplished. And I accomplished it by creating a service-based business. Well, in my opinion, that's a hard thing to start because you are looking for work to do every day. But then you have to also go out and you have to create content or run ads to find those people that are looking for those services, or join something like Fiverr or Upwork. That's typically where people wind up when they're first getting started in the service-based business. In my strategy, tactic-based strategy, where I show you the 3 foundational phases and then give you tactics, things you need to do, create a YouTube channel, find an offer, build an email list. Those are things that you can do and start right now today. And you can actually do that. And I can show you step by step exactly how to do those tactics, implement those tactics in the video you see on the screen right now. Click that video, watch it. If you have any questions, ask them in this video. Of course, in that video, you're going to get all the tactics laid out for you, because this video was about showing you the current technology, AI and ChatGPT, and the way that you can take a motivational video and you can literally turn it and look at it through a different lens, and take a motivational video with a high-level strategy and actually pull and take tactics out of it. And you can take a look at my top strategy and take my videos and do the same thing that I just showed you, and then flip them and look at it and say, okay, based upon the video that Gary just showed me, inside of his top strategy, what's my next step? I don't need Gary. I'll just use the AI. And if you think you can accomplish that way, go ahead and get it done. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.